Hello, hi. You guys might know me as Mighty or Frog or Mighty Frog, either one, whatever, it doesn't matter. I play on UOAlive, and we're going to be talking about the Summoner class on the server. So before we get any gameplay in here, I want to talk a little bit about it, and this is the official forum post about the class. So let's get into it. The Summoner class it's basically like a pure mage mystic spellweaver, right? Mysticism, spell weaving, maybe a little bit of magery you'll be using a little bit. The skills looks like this here. All right, 120 in all. Magery, evaluating intelligence, mysticism, focus, meditation, and spell weaving, right? Those are your skills that you're going to want to need. If you deviate from this any at all, from spell weaving or mysticism, you're going to kind of screw up the whole summoning part of the class. You could try other things, maybe take meditation down, evaluating intelligence down. You can't put necromancy at all into it. If you have 1 point into necromancy at all, even from your items, it changes the whole control slots, which is really kind of the meat and potatoes of the build. You don't need any reagents for this. This shard is it's Age of Shadows, right? So you can have a lower reagent cost set on here, so you don't have to worry about reagents. Thank God, because I think it's tedious and I hate using reagents at all. So a good bit of your overall damage actually comes from your summons, but you can out DPS your summons. At least I do all the time, the way that I play. As long as you have an active play style, you can out DPS your summons on this shard. Some of the summons, your main summon is really going to be Rising Colossus. That's from your Mysticism book. It's probably going to be your biggest damage, and the one that is able to resist being dispelled the most. That's really what this class is about. It's that most of the time, whenever you summon things in other shards, other servers, they get dispelled pretty easily. Not here. You know, that's what they kind of built this around, is that so it's as long as you have these set skills, it won't be dispelled as easily. Big bosses, they probably will a little bit, but you should be able to cast them back up pretty quick anyways. Summoned creature, unlike other servers, the summoned creatures here are kind of custom. They can be anything from here on this list you see right here. I'll be posting this forum post in the description if you want to check it out for yourself too. The rotation is random, so anytime you cast summon creature, it just randomly chooses one of these, right? You don't really have any control for that, but I kind of understand that why they did it that way, because some of these are stronger than others, so you just wouldn't use anything else other than that, I think, in my opinion. So in spell weaving, arcane circle and arcane empowerment really going to be your big damage guys. And for your summons to be able to give them a lot of HP and for them to be not be dispelled as easily. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that here. Let's go ahead and jump in game. This is me, Lord Mighty. If you ever see me in game, say hi. So the way that arcane circle works is this is Fell Britain at the bank. If you ever need to get here, you can just take the moon gate. There should be one down on the list that says the arcane circle in here at the Brit Bank. If you have 4 other people inside of the arcane circle, it maximizes your spell. So we're going to go ahead and cast it. You see the arcane focus here in my bag now. That's what it is. This arcane focus, I believe, ups your... Yeah, it really helps out with your spell weaving skills. If I didn't have it, let's just get rid of this for a second. Let's just throw this away. Let me show you the difference. If we cast Wildfire here in town, right? You can see this little area that we've casted here with Wildfire. Just this kind of small area here. Once we have this arcane focus on, let's do the circle. And I cast it again. You see how much bigger the area is. right? And this goes for Thunderstorm as well, and basically any of your spell weaving abilities are increased when you have this. So make sure you always have this on. You can see it lasts for a very long time, so you cast it once and you don't have to worry about it again. The other one is very important, is Arcane Empowerment, right? So we're going to cast that. It only lasts for 30 seconds at a time, but you can see the bonuses that you get from Arcane Empowerment. Okay, very important. When you cast Arcane Empowerment and then you cast one of your summons, like say your Rising Colossus, your main guy that you're going to have out all the time, as long as you have that buff while you cast it, once this buff goes away, your Rising Colossus or any of your other summons will still be buffed by that. Okay, so it's going to run out, but as long as you still have that, they're still going to be buffed even after your buff is gone, right? But when you're doing champ spawns, soloing, whatever it is that you're doing, you really want to have that up as much as you can remember to do it. It does take a good bit of mana to cast it, but we'll get to that here in just a second. It really helps out a lot with your spell damage. In terms of getting mana back, I know everybody likes to use Necromancy, right? To cast Wraith Form and to have mana come back whenever they do damage. But if you have any Necromancy, again, your summons are going to suffer and your DPS is going to suffer. So the way that I get around that, the way I circumvent that, is here at your Book of Masteries, I use Mysticism, right? And if we use Mysticism Netherblast, right? This ability right here, it's incredible. You can either cast it on the ground or cast it at certain enemies, right? And it does an insane amount of damage, and your mana comes back enormous. Right? We'll fight something here in a little bit, and I'll show you how that works. And it's not like a slow tick or something like that. You see a giant burst of my mana just come back. So while I'm casting Thunderstorm, fighting champ spawns, and my mana is just decreasing like crazy, really fast, and I'm about to lose it all, I'll cast Netherblast onto a group of enemies. Bam, all of my mana comes straight back, right? And this is how I keep my DPS up. So I kind of got ahead of myself here. Summoners, normally when you would cast Rising Colossus, they'll take up about 5 control slots, 5 or 4, I think. Here on this shard, as long as you have the skills that you saw earlier, they take up 3. Your summon creatures will take up 2. So normally, when I'm walking around, I'll have the Rising Colossus will be out, and then a randomized summoned creature, because they really do the second best DPS out of any other creature out there. Serpentine Dragon's not that great, whatever. He's really not one of my favorites, but just for the video, that's fine. After that is all your your control slots, 5 out of 5. So you can't have a mount, but it doesn't matter anyway. You can just be walking around. So both your pets out like this, while casting Thunderstorm AoE, Wildfire AoE, anything really. Single target damage is really good, but Netherblast, Thunderstorm, and Wildfire are my go-to for damage types. Anything else is just kind of, it's up to you, whatever you want to put in your rotation, but that's really the best. So let's try to find something. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's go to Ice East. Let's go test this out. Ready to go. And looks like we are still all right. So Arcane Empowerment, right? Let's use our Colossus. Random summon creature. Oh, get out of here. Leave me alone. Alright, that's pretty good. Shadow Worm's pretty good. So, since we have our focus, we'll Wildfire, and our summons will just attack whatever. As long as they're guarding us, they'll just go to Windlaw. So you can see the damage that we're doing right here. I think you can have 2 Wildfires up at the same time. And we'll just go ahead and let's do some Thunderstorms. You'll see the damage of Thunderstorm. It really cleaves through, especially a lot of weaker enemies. It just completely ruined. It looks like my equipment is damaged too. Alright, so now we've ran out of mana, right? So this is what we'll do. We'll just get our nether storm ready. We'll go up here amongst all these guys. Looks like I didn't really hit anything. I kind of missed on that one. Let's go this way. See, look at all that mana coming back. That's insane. Oh, the amount of mana that comes back. These guys are kind of weak, so they'll die really fast. So I can't suck up that much, but you can see just how much mana we got back. It's wild. So that's basically how we play the summoner class. So I'll finish this up, get my power scrolls, and thanks for watching, guys. Don't be afraid to message me on Discord. I'm Frog on Discord if you have any questions. All right, thanks.